All right, guys. So this is the last portion of our nervous system. So as you can see that we basically just cover one portion at a time. Uh, and then we cover from the sensory, and then we cover the motor. And then why is this? How do you put this in the context of the very beginning? Let's talk about this one here. Let's see. So how do you put it in the context of this? So we have the sensory, we talk about the sensory, and then we talk about the brain, spinal cord, those process all this information, and then we talk about the motor. And how do you talk? How do we put the autonomic into this system? So basically, autonomic nervous system is another branch of the motor. It's because that motor neurons control muscle cells. We have three type of the muscle cells. We have the skeletal muscle, that is the voluntary control. And then we have smooth muscle and hard muscle. Those are involuntary control. And so who control those involuntary? Those control involuntary are the autonomic nervous system. So that's right here, autonomic nervous system. So these are motor neurons control smooth muscle and hard muscle. You know the hard muscle. Hard muscle are the muscle causing heart pump contraction. Muscle cell do the contraction, do the movement. So they move your muscle, they move your heart. Then what are the smooth muscle? Smooth muscle are the muscles of your blood vessel, of your sweat glands. So these are the muscles of your internal organ that you cannot voluntarily control them. They are your internal organ. They are controlled by the autonomic nervous system. So that's that. Autonomic nervous system has two branch. One is called parasympathetic nerve. This branch will be activated when your body are preparing for rest and digest. And you will activate another branch when your body is ready to fight or flight. That will be the sympathetic nervous system. I think I have a picture to show you. Yes, so to show this, so you can see that these are two branch. Parasympathetic coming from the brainstem, a large portion coming from the vagus nerve. This is cranial nerve 10. You probably write it, cranial nerve 10. And then it will control a lot of internal organs. You can see that these internal organs are smooth muscle. They don't control by your voluntary. They control by either parasympathetic or sympathetic. You also have a sweat gland, salivary glands. So this is internal organ. When you are resting, digest, they will coming out for you help you to digest. Pupil constriction is also controlled by the parasympathetic. Heart will be reduce the heart rate. You are going to rest. Lung will be reducing the breathing, bronchial constriction. So bronchial reconstriction, reducing breathing. You don't need to get so much oxygen. Your body doesn't really need that much of the oxygen. Stomach, liver, intestine will start to be activated, as well as your bladder. Contrast in order to control, to squeeze all these digestive movement. So that's your parasympathetic. As for sympathetic, it will be fight or flight. So your pupil will dilate so you can see more clear. You will be alert. Salivary will be reduced because you don't digest. You don't need to digest the food. You are not ready for it. You are not in the mood to eat. So your digestive system will kind of slow down, but your heart rate will increase, heart pump faster, bronchodilation, breathe in more oxygen, ready to fight or flight. So that's that. So what do you need to know about that? These are the motor neuron to control heart and the muscle. And so just like our neuromuscular junction, they release neurotransmitter to act on these organs. The autonomic nervous system has a preganglion neuron and a postganglion. So here in the central nervous system, they will send out to preganglion, and the very near in the parasympathetic, in the very near the organ, there are another short neuron as a postganglion. In the sympathetic, it's more clear. Here is central nervous system will send to the ganglion right here. They will end here, and then from here, another group of neuron will reach out to the end organ. So it's like a 2 stops travel. It's not just one stop. It's not just non-stop. You have one stop. Okay, so that's right here. So here is the autonomic nervous system. You have the nerve in the central nervous system. It sends out to one stop. So it's not direct flight. Yes, one stop. And so in this stop, nerve will talk to the next neuron. This is called preganglionic neuron. And this is the post-ganglion neuron. And so they don't direct contact. They will release neurotransmitter. So what you need to know is what are their neurotransmitter in the sympathetic and the preganglionic neuron. The central nervous system release acetylcholine, binds on the ganglion neuron or postganglionic neuron. It will then release norepinephrine to act on the end organ. So sympathetic nerve acts on the heart by norepinephrine. Sympathetic nerve acts on the blood vessel by norepinephrine. As for the parasympathetic nerve, when you are resting or digestion, central nervous system acts on the ganglion neuron by releasing acetylcholine. So that's the same as the sympathetic. And then ganglion neuron will reach out to your digestive system, your intestine, your salivary glands. It will release acetylcholine. So that's the neurotransmitter. Sympathetic use norepinephrine to act on your heart. Parasympathetic use acetylcholine to act on your stomach, your intestine, to cause them to work. So that's a neurotransmitter. And so that's that. Here is a summary of all these motor neuron. You have the somatic nerve to control your skeletal muscle. Here you have the neuromuscular junction. You only have one neuron from your lower motor neuron, from your spinal cord, all the way to the muscle. Neuromuscular junction, the neurotransmitter is acetylcholine. As for the autonomic nervous system, sympathetic in the central nervous system send to the ganglion, release acetylcholine, and then ganglion neuron or postganglionic neuron send out to the end organ like heart, vessel. It will release norepinephrine. Sympathetic nerve also trigger an endocrine system. This endocrine system is called adrenal medulla. So you probably heard that adrenaline. Adrenaline is epinephrine. That's the same thing. And so sympathetic nerve will act on the adrenal medulla to cause them to release epinephrine and norepinephrine. They will release circulating in the body. They will act on all organ, all body. They will circulate in body, and they will cause heart pump faster, blood vessel constriction, pupil dilation, bronchodilation to help you to prepare to fight or fly. Parasympathetic nerve, the majority of those are cranial nerve 10, the vagus nerve. They will go to the ganglion, release acetylcholine, and then postganglion. And this is a shorter one. They will reach the organ, release acetylcholine. So they will act on smooth muscle, act on your smooth muscle in your intestine, your stomach, and then they will help you to prepare your body for digesting and resting. So that is the neurotransmitter of these motor neuron, skeletal muscle, voluntary motor neuron, somatic motor neuron, or autonomic motor nervous system. So that's that. And I think I have yeah. So that is the nervous system. And we finish all this in the canvas. I lay out the learning objective or the study guide. So go there and you will have a very clear instruction of what you need to memorize or prepare to pass your exam. So watch this video, watch all these series of videos, making notes. Let me know if you have questions, and I make it very clear that what you need to know, and you should do well. Yeah. All right. We will. That's for today then. Bye bye.